Yo, what's good, boys? It's Monday morning, new start of the week, start off fresh. I'm still up on my accounts, grinding for a payout. I'm still waiting for Top Step to give me my rest of the 4K that I need, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. I'm gonna just be in contact with them, making sure I'm getting it while I'm trading good. But unfortunately, I cannot trade at the setup today because I'm gonna be traveling, so I'm gonna be in the car during the trading hour, so I'm not gonna be able to be on the call my Discord. But I'm still gonna try to trade the best I can. It's a no news Monday, so I'm not really too worried about price being like really good or missing out on anything. So I'm gonna be on the charts on my laptop, but if it's really bad, I'm just gonna close it because I don't really I could care less. It's a no news Monday. I haven't traded a no news Monday in like a month, so that's that. But yeah, today's probably not gonna be a lot of clips because I'm gonna be traveling with my cousins and stuff. So just gonna film some content, or post some content that I already filmed previously, and trade in the car. That's pretty much it. So I'll see y'all, boys. Like I said, I was traveling today. I'm back at my house. I was in Maryland though, for the day. I did not take a trade today. I looked at the charts and then we just kept ripping, and I just got off the charts because nothing I really wanted to see kind of happened. So I just got off the charts literally in 15 minutes, and I was in the car. But it was a no news Monday after a week of super high volatile news, and that news created a drastic move. And typically what happens after that drastic move like that is you can kind of see some sort of consolidation or bad price action, especially on a no news Monday. So all those things tying into each other, I just didn't trade. But I got home and I've just been journaling some kind of just things I need to get done, things like that for this week, thoughts, stuff like that. And I think it's one of the best things that you could possibly do as a trader and someone who's just in online business, self-employed, is to just journal things you need to get done, journal your thoughts, because it may look like, I don't do much around the day or things like that, because it's like trading's a very, fast job where it's just like you get it done and that's it. But I feel like especially everyone who's self-employed, their mind's always racing. There's always thousands of things they have to do. And, it can be hard to track it, and it can, if you don't journal it or things like that or write stuff down, I personally think it hinders my performance trading. It hinders everything. I like to journal my trades. So I feel like journaling my trades helps me, writing down my thought process. It allows me to, see what I'm doing correct and incorrect. And I just think it helps me as a trader, as a business owner, to just writing things down. It helps a lot. I made a bunch of content today while I was in Maryland, just, things like that. Alpha Futures is running a 10% off every account except zero accounts. However, you can get 10% off zero accounts, which is their best account. You could pass in one day if you use code Ducci. So I would recommend using them. They're really good. Top Step payout, I forgot to talk about this too. I still haven't gotten my 4K, so balance is still 16K at the top of the screen. But hopefully it can get updated. Actually, update, hold on. They did send out another email. So you know how they send out two emails when you get a payout? One when you request it, and then one when it's confirmed and getting sent to you. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but this payout said not fun. So all of them said funds sent at July 30th, and then I'm still waiting on these two payouts to come. This one grayed out and then got resent today. This one is still here, but I haven't gotten it yet, so I'm just waiting on getting these. So this one hopefully should be here by tomorrow. But yeah, I'll give you guys a better update when I know more. But I'm still waiting on 4K, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I have four more winning days until I get a payout. I'm definitely gonna get a payout this month. My goal was get a payout 2 times this month, but I don't know how good that's looking. But we'll never know. But yeah, so that's just a little bit kind of where my head's been at, things like that, what I've been doing. So I'll see y'all boys probably on Tuesday morning, and yeah, peace. Yo, what's good? It's Tuesday. I just hopped on the charts. I'm mad tired. But I feel like that's also a good thing too. It's because obviously, you don't want to be tired when you're looking at the charts, because then you're not gonna be fully locked in. But it's always a good thing. And I've seen other people talk about this where it's you have to have other things. Trading can't be your main focus. You can't wake up, get ready, put a suit and tie on to go trade, especially the type of trading we do, because then I just feel like you're making it too you care too much about it, to the point where it's you're going to care too much and be too attached if you lose money. So I just got on the charts and I finished analyzing it. And I'm kind of bullish on today. Obviously, we made this giant move down from the news last week, but we've been trading higher and higher ever since, which is pretty good. We are in a deep retracement. We are kind of at like the top of equilibrium, I'd say, right now on the 4-hour. But on the 1 hour, we're kind of just invalidating these gaps. We have a bunch of support that we can trade off of. We have this lower gap. We have this inversion gap. We have all the sell side liquidity that we could sweep off of. And we have all this low resistance highs right here, along with all these bearish fair value gaps that we could trade off of. So going into the day, I kind of want to see London low taken. This is a previous day low, but I ultimately want to see London low get taken, and then we trade through it, and then reverse higher, trading up into these highs, and that is also that 4-hour per value gap that is in a premium. So it's in optimal trade entry, which is where we could retrace if we're on the high time frame. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I'm bullish. However, if we trade up, take out, you know, these highs, or even trade up all the way to here, I'll have to reevaluate. But ideally, I want to just see London low get swept, and then reverse. But if we just dump all morning, then I would try to take a continuation down to, you know, these lows, or it's filling some of these gaps. So I'll let y'all know how I do after I trade. Yo, what's good? Just finished up trading. I unfortunately took a loss today. Here was the trade that I lost. So like I said, I was bullish and I wanted to see these highs taken, and it was such a good setup. That's why I took it. And I probably should have waited for news, because I traded before news, and that's what I got stopped out on. And I definitely should have just waited. But I saw such a textbook setup where I'm up my funded accounts. I might as well have just taken it. I'm able to assume this risk. So we had the liquidity sweep, beautiful market structure shift, invalidating this gap, fair value gap, BPR. I was going to enter straight off this, but never tapped into it. Ripped again higher, had a fair value gap, waited for a retrace into it, entered off confirmation right at the macro. And then I trimmed my stop from here. So my stop was originally here. And then once we made that leg higher, I moved my stop to below this low, and the news came out and destroyed me. And I lost about like 300 on it, which it sucks a little bit, because I definitely could have just waited for news to prevent that. But I saw such a textbook entry right at the macro. Everything happened. So I just took it. You know, like I said, I'm up on my fundeds. I'm able to risk, and I was willing to risk like that. And I only lost like 300 on it, so I'm not really mad at all. Yeah. Things I'm doing right now, content. I'm trying to figure out some other things. I got the confirmation email for the final payout. So I hopefully should be getting it tomorrow. So I'll update you on that, and I'll finally be able to, I forgot to tell you guys, I already got the second payout. I forgot to tell you this. So I could update this to 18K now. Or here, I don't know where it is. 18K now, because I got 2,000 more. I got the payout, and now I'm waiting for the last 2,000 to upgrade to 20. And so yeah, so that is great. I'm glad they are actually paying me out. Yeah, it's taking a little long, but I'm glad they are paying me out. So that's good. And back on to what I was saying about taking that loss, like, it's going to happen. You know, I'm not really worried pretty much at all. I can't really complain at all. And yeah, so for those who don't believe me, this is the payout. I'm trying not to leak anything. That's the payout that I just got, the 2,000. And then I'll show you guys the other one. So here it is right there, 2140. And you can see 7/30/2025. So that's all that. That's 8K, so 18K up there, waiting on the last 2,000. And yeah, so I'll probably just see y'all boys on Wednesday. Hopefully, I'm again 4 wins away from another payout. Hope my August is where I want to get a payout. And yeah, we're grinding. Let's go. It's good, guys. It's Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I haven't checked if I got the last of my payout. We could do that right now. It's only 4 minutes into the business day, so I doubt it'll be here, but I'm gonna check right now. I just hopped on the charts and did some analyzing, and I think I'm gonna be a little bit bearish for today. Oh, it came. It came. I will show it. Let me make sure I don't leak anything. Here it is right there. Another 2100, and you can see it's on 8.5, which was, yes, it was posted yesterday, but it came today, I guess. So I got all the rest of my payout, which I'm very happy to see. And I bought an iPad, so Gonna be grinding some Clash Royale, and just, I don't know, I got it for $300 because apparently Top Step was charging me $49 every month for the last 6 months for an account that I haven't used since January. So I guess there was a thing on their end, or maybe I didn't end the billing, but they refunded me $300. So I just bought an iPad with it because it wasn't in my bank account to begin with. So bought an iPad with it. So that's gonna be cool. But my bias. So, as y'all know, I was wrong yesterday. I did take a loss. I was just wrong, you know, and that happens with traders. I thought it was going to go up, and we just went down, and partially because we trade up into a premium on this dealing range, and that's probably the reason why. So the thing now that's weird is I think we're bearish. However, we are respecting this bullish PD, right? We are in a discount, and we could trade higher. This is where we would trade higher. So that's the thing. This is where we would 100% trade higher for in a spot. This is where we would trade higher. However, on the 1 hour, there are London high, Asia previous day highs here, and then all these nice lows that I want taken out. That it looks pretty good to be set up, because on 1 hour, we look like we have this bearish gap. We trade up into it. We trade lower. We trade up into it, and we're going to trade lower. We have all this low resistance sell side here that we can come take out. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. However, we have to keep in the back of our heads, you know, daily time frame, we're bullish, right? 4 hour, we are respecting this gap, things like that. But strictly based off what I'm seeing right now, I'm hoping we could see maybe this buy side get swept, and then we reverse and take out these two sell sides. However, if we just keep ripping, I would look for these relative equal highs up here and reevaluate my bias. But I'm not going to marry a bias like I normally do, or pretty much how I did yesterday. And if there's news, I'm going to wait, because that's pretty much why I lost my last trade. I literally got stopped out on news. So I don't know if I even recorded yesterday. If I didn't, I will check back and I'll like kind of say my trade. But I'm glad I got the rest of my payout. Yeah, it took pretty much almost the 10 business days. I got my payout on the 25th. It was like 7 business days. It took 7-8 business days, which is kind of crazy. But I don't care. I at least got the money, $10,000. So now I could finally make it 20,000 up to here. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for market to open, finish messing with my iPad, and yeah. Yo, market just closed. Did not take any trades. You could look for yourself. Yeah, so we didn't do anything. I could have saw so many entries. So for example, we have BPR here. This could have been the first entry I could have taken. So right out the open, like I said, we took out London high like I wanted, and then we broke down hard, invalidating this gap, making a BPR, trading up into it, and we could have just dumped straight to my sell sides. That could have been one entry. However, I didn't take this because 1, there was no market structure shift that was notable for me. 2, this happened at 9:38, 8 minutes into market open. So I just thought, yeah, it was like manipulation. It was too early in the market to really catch a good move. And if it was the move, I would have caught like another retracement like around here if it was that much lower. So then it ended up just reversing. I would have definitely gotten stop break even on this trade. So definitely, you know, not missing out. Then we have here, right? We trade higher. We have another fair value gap here. We have the old inversion out here that we were rejecting off of. So now we have another BPR, right? So I obviously didn't take this because I, for one, still had a short bias, right? It's still kind of early. Well, now it's like towards the macro, and I was telling my Discord, we could resweep this high. Market tends to do that a lot. It'll resweep the high that we made off the original liquidity sweep and then reverse. So first off, that's the reason I didn't want to take a long. Second off, I'm not going to just switch my bias just because we invalidated one PD array, right? We could still trade lower. So I just wasn't willing to take this, and ended up, you know, trading it and then completely invalidating it right here. So there's that yet again. The second BPR that got invalidated, the second pretty much trade entry that wasn't good. And here we have the third. So now we have a bearish for value gap right here, and we have a inversion gap here. We trade up into it again and immediately blow through it in 2 minutes, right? So the third PD array, and the reason I didn't enter off this is it's like the boy who cried wolf, right? We had the first one here, right? It didn't play out. We had the second one here, it didn't play out. Why would we just magically think, oh, the third BPR we see is going to play out? It's been consolidation all morning. We're in a giant range on the 15-minute and hourly, so it's already not good price action. So I didn't take this, and then we ended up just chopping around this BPR, end up ripping, taking out the next high, that original high that I had marked out, and now we're dumping, and there's just no entry model to dumping. And I was already locked out before this even happened because I saw that we invalidated two BPRs, and we didn't trade anything I liked, so there's really nothing for me to enter off of, so I got off the charts. As for business and content, have some TikToks I'm going to post. I have to go to my college, which is an hour and a half away, to do something, so that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing today. It's going to fill up a lot of time, but I'm going to make some content while I'm in the car waiting, things like that. Yeah, also, I already said this, I got my payout, so 20K, happy. 20K, 80,000 more dollars. This month should easily clear 15K. My goal is a 20K month. That'll be really insane to make to make a 20K month. But yeah, I think the next thing I need to do is really just lock in and get my alpha accounts good, because yeah, I can get a $10,000 payout on Top Step, no problem. The big thing is I could really scale higher with these alpha accounts. If I can get 2-3 alpha accounts and get like a 5K payout, that's another that's 30K in a month. That's insane, bro. And that literally would take like 2 months to like actually, finish my goal. So I'm gonna go do that, but I'm done for the day, and I'll either see you guys later today or tomorrow. So peace. What is up? It's Thursday. Gonna hop on the charts in a little bit, see what's popping, see if I can find an entry. Every single day I come out here and record, those stupid little bugs start screaming or whatever the heck they do. But just, come outside, just soak in the, nice weather. Just get my mind right before the market open. I always love doing that. And, my trade frequencies haven't been that high, meaning like I haven't been taking a lot of trades, and, I think I kind of enjoy it being like that because, one, recently the market actually hasn't been doing that well. I noticed a lot of people haven't really been taking that many trades on their accounts, so that's first really step. Second thing is I've been the most profitable I've ever been this way. And even if I'm, taking less trades, I'm still getting payouts by the end of the month. As long as I can just get those 5 winning days by the end of the month, hey, that's still a payout per month. That's my goal. So continuing August, my goal through August is to make $20,000. And I will need to do that with either 2 Top Step payouts or 1 Top Step payout and a alpha payout, which is going to be a little tough because the alpha accounts I have are like not past that whatsoever. I haven't really used them. Anyways, I'm probably just gonna hop on the charts in 10 minutes and see what's cooking, and I'll let y'all know what I'm seeing. All right, just finished analyzing the charts. So as y'all know, yesterday we were like all the way down here around there, and we made this giant move up, honestly flipping us back to that bullish structure on that 4 hour. So that mini little crash we had is now, I think, just gonna be overturned. So I have my eyes set on this for the high time frame on all-time highs yet again. However, we do have unfilled gaps all the way up here that we are trading in now, which we have this gap, we have this inversion, we have this new day opening gap, we have this gap, we have this inversion. So we have a lot of gaps that we're playing in, but I do think we're just going to still trade higher. Now we are inside this bearish gap now, so I have to be understanding that we could respect it. I doubt it, but we could respect it and trade lower today. We did have a really big move up yesterday, so we could maybe expect some sort of retracement, how we did here, right? We had a big move up and then a retracement to a PD array. We have a big move up. We could have a retracement to some sort of PD array here. There's a 1 hour fair value gap here and a discount on the stealing range high to low. So we could definitely trade into that today. But however, I'm bullish on today for sure. I don't really see us going that much lower. So ideally, I'd want to see us take out some sort of sell side liquidity, whether that's data low, pre-market low. I don't know if we'll come all the way down to this like London low. But ideally, I kind of want to see higher prices. However, I know that we made a big move up, and we could easily have a move down now as a retracement. So yeah,
because to me, there's not that much like liquidity that that really is speaking to me. Like, I don't know, just looking at the charts, there's not really that much that speaks to me in terms of, oh, this is a super high draw. Like, this is at 8 a.m. Like, all the previous like session lows are like all over here. Or like, no, all the previous session lows are like all the way down here, which is so far away. So that's why I feel like a little bit weary about it. But I don't know. We're gonna trade in 15 minutes and just see what's happening. I'll let y'all know if I take anything. But I don't know. It's not looking the greatest, I'll be honest. But we'll see. Yo, didn't take any trades today. I was hesitating to even make this like video because the market was literally terrible yet again. We were just in a point range, like a 30-point range, the entire market open. We did get legs down here, so that kind of aligned with my bias. We did end up taking out London lows. But like, just look how choppy it was. It was just chop, 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 chop all the way down. So it really wasn't good at all. Took no trades, so hopefully Friday I can get an entry. If not, then I mean, it'll just be a week again without a win, and it'll be a losing week because I lost once this week. And yeah, so that'll be it. I'm gonna record some content, do some things for college that I have to get done, but other than that, I'm chilling. Yo, what's good? Do not mind my hair. I know it's chopped right now. I need to get a haircut. But I just hopped on the chart. It's Friday. As you know, I've only taken one trade and I lost this week. I lost about like $370. So Friday, I'm hoping I can make my bread back and, you know, end the week on a good note. Even though, like, even if I don't, it won't be like a bad note because, like, you know, losses are gonna happen. So I'm not really upset. So going into the day, I already did some analyzation. It's 9:07. It looks really good. It looks so good. So as you guys know, we had this move up, we came down, retraced into a discount, and then had this move up, and then now we retrace. And notice where we retraced. So, oh, that's wrong. Hold on. So notice where we retraced. From this low to this high, we retrace into 50% equilibrium. We trade up into a discount. Notice where we trade into a bullish fair value gap in a discount. That is a perfect retracement to go higher. Okay, we invalidated this gap too, and we ended up not respecting it. However, it's fine. We still traded into this bullish fair value gap in a discount, and now we're going to get legs out of it. So just on the 4-hour time frame, I'm so bullish. Okay, hourly, we have a low right here that we could come get taken out. Right, notice what type of low this is. London low. So this is London low at 1 o'clock, and what's right next to it? A bullish fair value gap that's going to hold price up. And now notice on the 1-hour time frame, it's a little bit deep, but it's only because this wick is really big. But this is pretty much equilibrium if we tap into this fair value gap. If you draw the fib from here, it's got to definitely be equilibrium. So we have a London low on a day that we're very bullish, and I want to see London low get traded through a sweep of London low, and I want to see this bullish fair value gap get traded into, showing support to push price up, and end up taking out these relative equal highs that are so beautifully like evenly cut. This is going to be I honestly think this is going to be such a good day. I truly do think so. So this is just the hourly, by the way. 15-minute, you could kind of see it better too. We also have a 15-minute bullish gap. So when you see multiple gaps like this on the higher time frames, it's such a good sign. When you see the same gaps over and over, like you see the same hourly, the 15-minute gaps, that's how you know it's going to be a really good kind of day, I feel like. Obviously, you know, it could just consolidate. I mean, we are kind of stuck in a range since pretty much all night, which also brings my next point. This looks like a power of 3 model. We're consolidating right off the open. I hope we can manipulate into these lows, and then I hope we can distribute to these highs. So that's what I'm seeing for today. It looks like a really good day. Again, 5-minute, we have a 5-minute gap that we can trade into. This looks like a really solid day, truly. Just based off of like the high time frame, I literally had my bias looking at the 4-hour, and it literally looks like the same exact thing on every single time frame, which is what I like to see. And we have relative equal highs here, which the only thing that scares me is that hopefully we don't get the relative equal highs off the open. Hopefully we take out the sell side and then instantly rip up. And this could be like a this could be like an 80-point day. So I'm hoping I can get a good trade today. I'm really hoping I can because it looks really good. And yeah, so I'll let you know if I take any trades. We got about 20 minutes till market open, so I'll see y'all boys then. What's good? We just finished up trading. I took a shower too. I made a
$1,200 winning day today. So I only have 3 more winning days till I get my other payout, my next payout. Today was a pretty good day. I was spot on, okay? I was spot on. So not quite. We just ripped. We didn't really sweep out London low or anything like that. We kind of just continued to rip and rip. So like I said earlier, I wanted to see London low get taken, trade into this fair value gap, and then rip. However, pretty much right off the open, we kind of just ripped, and then we traded to a fair value gap and then just ripped off of it. And once we blew through the relative equal highs that we had marked out, I was kind of just so bullish. I was kind of just super bullish to the next high, which was this external draw on liquidity. We also had so many low resistance highs that we were just ripping through, like all these highs that we were just trading through. You can see it really clearly on the 15-minute. Just high after high after high, all this low resistance. So it was very, it was such a strong draw. I feel like, so once we just ripped through the relative equal highs, I was just kind of waiting for a continuation because I knew we weren't going to come down to London low to take it. So we had a fair value gap here that we traded into and then rejected. We had this fair value gap that we traded into and rejected, taking out the liquidity. And then once I saw this fair value gap, I'm like, bro, I got to enter off of it. And we traded into it and I got a nice rejection out of it. And I actually entered right on like around here. This was my exact entry actually. I entered like on the rejection of the fair value gap and I had a target here. And then I had my stop originally. Oh, no, that's not it. I had my stop loss originally at the below this fair value gap, and then I originally had it here. And then once we traded down back into the fair value gap and then had a rejection out of it, I moved it to here. And then once we made a new high, like I think it was around here, I put it to break even, and then it ended up hitting take profit and making me win around $1,200. So that was that. It was a really good trade. I'm glad it ended the week up. So my current balances are at 3,100 is my current balance on my 5 fundeds on Top Step. I have 3 more winning days needed. So hopefully there's a chance I pass him next week. Or not pass him. I get payout next week. I doubt it. But you know, it's possible. It's real possible. So here's proof. Made 1,200 on Top Step X. So that's that. And here's my balance, 3,100. So not lying about that. And yeah, so that's probably gonna end the video here. I'm just gonna journal my trade, try to make some content, and just go about my rest of my day. Yeah, so W week, 20K up here. Hopefully by next week and the next 2 videos, there'll be another 15K going in. So yeah, can't wait. I'm really excited. I'm becoming way more consistent at, getting payouts now, which is just helping with my journey. And yeah, so that's probably gonna end the video here. I just want to just take a little bit more time and just talk about, like, if you are not patient, right? I lost a trade this week. I was going to have a losing week and I took no trades the rest of the week. If you are not patient, if you are not waiting for your setup and then capitalizing on it, you will, and I mean every word I say, you will lose all your money. You will lose all your money. You will lose every single dollar you have in your bank account. You will blow every single account. If you just mindlessly enter and you are not patient waiting for your setup, you will lose all your money. And that should scare some of you, because I know some of you watching this would do that. You don't wait for your model. You aren't patient and waiting for the right time of day. You just enter when you see buying or selling pressure, and then you lose your money. I promise you, if you continue to do that, you will lose every single dollar in your bank account and you will be broke. I know someone else talked about this, and as someone who's trying to become, not an influencer, just a mentor for everyone, and a role model for people that are learning how to trade, you could take it from me. I lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by not being patient, not waiting for the right time of day, and just entering off no setup, and I lost all my money. And I had around $1,000 to $2,000 left in my bank account after having like over $10,000. I lost everything. And I finally started getting payouts because I finally realized I need to wake up and start being patient. So that being said, I hope it scares some of you. I hope it locks some of you guys in, because it's real, bro. A lot of people might just brush that off when you say that. I'm not kidding. You will lose every single dollar you have. You are not profitable. You will never be profitable. You could win a trade, sure. You will never consistently make money through day trading if all you do is just enter random times when you see the market move up and down you will not make any money, I promise. So go enjoy the weekend. I'll edit this video later. I love all you guys, and yeah, use code Ducci at Alpha Futures.